Hey yo, everybody, it's Salem. What's up, everybody? Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Salem. Let's go say Jackson.
Yeah. Right there, live and direct. Swissbeatbox back with the GBB stream. Appreciate LM with the intro music going on. How's everybody doing out there today? Scott Jackson here saying, hello, we're talking all about Grand Beatbox Battle 2023 coming at you live and direct. Very excited here. We have a great cast of characters that I'm going to go and introduce one by one to say hello to, but we're talking about GBB 2023, brand new season coming at you live and direct here, and make sure that we have everybody with muted so we can't hear anything else other than what's about to go down right here. We're going to be talking about the wildcard competition that just started up January 1st. All categories are open, and as we go through it, I'm going to go and introduce our judges for the wildcards, as well as talk about what they're looking for, things they're excited about with this new addition of a few categories, as well as new addition of a brand new place we're going to be having it in Japan. And overall, I just want to go and break down real quick and say GBB 2023 is going to be taking place at X Theater in Tokyo, Japan on the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st of October 2023. We got the 7 to Smoke Battle and After Party happen on the 22nd of October 2023 at another venue, the Spotify O East. Some modified and really things nice we can talk about the categories we have. We have the solo loop station, which is classic. This year, it's going to be a one device category, allowing only a Boss RC505 Mark 1 or Mark 2, as well as one basic MIDI controller. There's a new category called producer, which I'm super excited to see because everybody's been leveling up like crazy. There's an under 18 category that's going to be open to anybody who is under 18, obviously, and anybody that's over the age of 16 can also try out for both categories, but we'll get into that. There's many wild cards to be won. There's a lot of stuff to get through right here, but I want to go and introduce all of my friends that are here with us live in the stream. So first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, make some noise for Swissbeatbox's own. Make some noise for Paponi, everybody.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Thank you everyone once again for joining the stream here to make time. It's a new beginning for GBB, so this one means really a lot, and I can't really say how the future will go with GBB. I don't know about the live streams and so on, but this one was really important. So thank you everybody that joins us today and that is here. I'm doing great and excellent. Flying out to Japan tomorrow for some GBB work and our first pre-event that we're running. But yeah, I'm very excited that all of us will be in Japan, Tokyo together, celebrating the art form of beatboxing and everything it has to give.
Give it up, Paponi, right there. Going back to Japan. Excellent. I've been seeing pictures and I've been seeing your crew working hard. I know there's so much that happens behind the scenes to go make things like this happen. And one of the big things is finding all our lovely judges, which I'm about to go introduce to you. So we have, again, judges for the solo, the loop station, producer, tag team, crew, and under 18. There's a lot of people who are going to be trying out for these wildcards. So good luck to everybody because the competition is open. It did start January 1st. But just looking around this room, I'm going to go from my right, your left. You can't see it on here, but we got a call going on. So I'm just going to go and tell you who's on this call with me. I'm going to go up to starting underneath the man who did the intro for me with that song. Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. Champion of the world. Give it up for LM. LM's right here live and direct. I know that he's been doing a lot of work too, so make sure you go and check out his YouTube channel, as well as another champion of the world. There's a lot of champions of the world right here. Can I also get another big round of applause? Another champion of the world. Another person representing for France. Make some noise for Alexinho.
Wait.
And I know we just put out a track, so you got to go and make sure you check that out with Collapse, River, and Hiss. Make sure you go check that out. Amazing track. You guys did smash that. Who else is on this? We also have another champion of the world. Who would have thought? Make some noise. Loop Station champion of the world. Make some noise and give it up for Sorrow. Kind of a running theme.
And GBB champion.
Oh. Very true. Very true. We also have, who else is there? He's currently in LA. I see him. He's right there looking up at his screen. World champion, GBB champion, looking fly. Make sure you go and grab a hoodie if you have the chance to go and check out Spider Horse online. They've been doing great shows. But give it up for the one, the only, Gene Shinozaki.
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year.
Yes, actually, Happy New Year. Good first one to say that, but Happy New Year to everybody out there that's tuning in. That's a very good call. We also have somebody who's been pushing the producer scene as well as obviously beatboxing. You've seen him at GBB. His rounds are super, super crazy. Representing, can I get some love for Inky? Inky's been smashing it. Give it up for Inky. My main man, I can look around this room. This is a room of legends. I just love looking at my friends and seeing everybody doing so well. It's a pleasure to have this gentleman here. I know that hopefully I'll be seeing him sooner than later. I know I'll be seeing him in Japan, but gonna get a round of applause for the one, the only. Give it up for Hobbits, a.k.a. Hobbs, a.k.a. Jack Hobbs. Another champion of the world, by the way, representing for that World Beatbox Championship, killing it. Beatbox Collective. Next up, we have another, who would have thought? I can keep on saying this. Champion of the world. I've had a pleasure of seeing this man just continuously crushing it. And it is a pleasure to introduce to you the one, the only, fastest mouth in the East. Give it up for Bulgaria's own Skiller. And our sister on the microphone, Beatbox Queen, crushing it every single time. Love watching her showcases. Another champion of the world, represented for Bulgaria. Can I get some love for Panchenkata? If I'm not mistaken, it'll be also your birthday during this whole event down in Japan. It seemingly nicely has worked out for us over the past few years. I like to have that. It's nice to go and celebrate your birthday on the same day as GBV. Another champion of the world. Again, this is an often used term, this whole collective we have right here. But can I get some love for the one, the only? Give it up for Switzerland's own ZD. Gentleman who I can say he knows what time it is. Can I get it going? He already knows what time it is. And we have a conversation where Gene says we're already in the future. Well, this guy's at least 7 seconds into the future. Can I get some noise for Christoph? Winner of the kickback battle. Epic loop station artist here. I know there's another guy who's who would have thought, champion of the world. I keep on saying it and it keeps on being true. I know that you guys just filmed something, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw some stuff that you guys posted that you did a champions round or something like that on AGT, which I'm excited to go and see. Represented for Barry Wham, can I get some noise for Headshot Rhythmind? And gentlemen, up next, I can't say enough about. I've loved seeing his work. I love all the work he puts into competitions that he runs as well, and just really pushing the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, representing for France, can I get some love for T.O. Neb?
He's also a world champion.
I know. Hey, you take
He's
my
a world
line.
champion too, by the way.
Thanks.
I feel like that's an often running thing. Happy New Year to you, my friend. And rounding off, if I'm not mistaken, we have two more introductions to go and do. two more introductions to do. There's a gentleman here who's been putting in a ton of work. I love watching the work he does with his band that he's been doing shows with. I love seeing all the competition that he helps run. He's a big person behind the scene, ran the European Beatbox Championships as well as with my man Hobbs. But can I get some love for Austria's own Nexor?
Hello. Let's go, GBB23.
Yeah, and he's sitting in the room, which looks like the studio, all set up and ready to go. I'm excited to hear your take on some things because you've also not only competed, but organized, been battling. So it's good to have someone like you on this panel here to talk. And I believe this is the last person I'm introducing today. But last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Classic has been smashing shows. I've had the pleasure of seeing him play live at the last GBB. I've seen him live in Toronto a long time ago, a few different times. Can't say enough about him. Classic, absolute legend. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Beer T Man.
Hello.
How you doing, man? You doing well?
I am doing very well. How is everyone else?
Everyone seemingly, we're all getting thumbs up and good to go. And it's a pleasure to have you on this stream. Once again, I want to be making this thing run along quickly so we don't waste any time. I'll just give a little breakdown as well. Wildcards are all open. There are 11 wildcards to win for the solo division. There are 7 wildcards to win for the loop station, 5 for the producer. We have 6 for the tag teams. There's 5 wildcards for the crews and 8 wildcards. There will be 8 participants total in this one for the under 18. Those are the championships that are happening. And just so you know as well, this year we will not be doing the tag team loop station. That's not saying it's gone forever. Just for this year, it's not going to be happening. And we have a lot of different people to go and ask questions to. So first of all, I want to go and say for the solo division, our wildcard judges are Alexinho, Skiller, Dilo, Wawad, and Gene. So can I talk to Alexinho, Skiller, and Gene momentarily just about the solos? Solo is one of the biggest categories, obviously, and has been there since the very beginning, way back when it was in Basel, and, big part happening there. So can I talk to my judges and ask, overall, first of all, Alexinho, what do you look for in a wildcard?
Can I just say one quick thing? One really quick thing. All the judges that are going to judge the wildcard competition will also judge the live show. I just want to say that. So just if people that are curious about it or have questions, wildcard and live show will be the same judges this year.
Okay. And at any point in time, Peponi, you don't need to, but you just start talking, man. This Swissbeatbox, this is you. All right, but Alexinho, you've won wildcards, you've won competitions, French champ, world champs, GBB tag team with Uniteam. Like, can you tell me more just in general? What do you look for in a wildcard, and what can you give as advice to people that are going to be putting in for the solo division?
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Peponi. I didn't know I was going to Tokyo, so thank you. I'm kidding. I think I'm looking forward for being impressed and see a lot of new heads, a lot of new people that we want to see more, I feel like. And we have a bunch of categories we have to focus on, and I wish everybody to follow these categories and try to do a complete piece of a song, of a wildcard, of a video with a part of themselves, and something really personal and at the same time really well made by the rules. Yep.
Good advice. Gene, as a champion of GBB, and you're judging this solo wildcard, what can you go and say for people that are trying out? And is there anybody that you're specifically really looking forward to jumping in the competition?
Ooh. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you, Peponi, and thank you, Swissbeatbox, for having me as part of the jury. It's a huge honor, and especially being a Japanese American myself and going to Japan and being able to be a part of this, the biggest beatbox event in the universe. I'm really proud to be here with all of you. As far as the wild cards, obviously I'm looking for, technicality, musicality, and structure and all that stuff. But I also want to see, just overall, like every artist to show their unique selves and be the best version of themselves when it comes to their compositions. And I hope they write something that really rings true to them, kind of like what Alexinho said earlier. And because that's the best way to be unique, is to be yourself. And good luck to everyone. For who I'm looking forward to, I don't have a specific person, but I watched a lot of the Swissbeatbox shoutouts from Korea, and some of the guys there are just mind-blowing. So, and the mix, I think Hiss did the mix. Oh my goodness, it's the best beatbox sound I've ever heard in my life. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to a lot of the Korean wildcards this year.
That's excellent. I have to go. I am on. All right, no, but I have to agree, man. Korean Beatbox Championships was crazy. I think Huckle won, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen people are giving thumbs up. And I know my boy Sonus came second, so he was smashing it. He came out to the Founders Championship that happened at the American Beatbox Championship. So big ups to Sonus, man. You've been doing well. I want to go and ask Skiller. Skiller, again, you've won competitions. You know what it is when it comes to wildcards. You've judged a whole lot. And I can say that we've all seen wildcards that really stand out, that have been kind of like theme songs almost to different championships when you hear them. What, in your opinion, can somebody do in the solo category to stand out? And what are you looking for as a judge?
I think Jin said it perfectly. I mean, everybody should be honest and should show their creativity at the maximum level. And I'm sure that we're gonna see crazy things because, guys, this GBB gonna be crazy. And I'm really happy to be part of the judging team. And I know it's gonna be very hard task to choose the best videos, and it's very responsible. So we're gonna do our best to choose the best videos and best wildcards. So yeah, and the tip I can give, guys, check out the rules. I mean, this is very important, and be creative. That's it.
Absolutely, well said. And I'm also going to ask you too, Skiller. I know that way back when, if I'm not mistaken, I might be, but I think I'm not mistaken. You, Reeps, Darnie you guys had a trip to Japan at one time and another. Are you looking forward to going back to Japan and reliving and visiting Japan years later?
Wow, gonna be super nice. Maybe 8 years I didn't go in Japan, so I'll be back in Japan.
Skiller coming at you. I love to see it, man. Those are some wildcard tips from our solo judges. Moving on to the tag team, we have, excuse me, Penchinkata and Alem here. And again, every time I've seen you perform Penchinkata, you smash the stage, you bring that energy, you have well-structured things, your musicality. I can keep on going and pumping your brakes here, but I just want to say you do an amazing showcase, and I know that you have good tips to give. So what can you say for tag team-wise, what you are looking for tag team to get into one of those spots that are in the wildcard competition?
Yeah, thank you, of course, for inviting me, Andreas. And I have some criterias. Of course, I will follow all the Swissbeatbox criterias. But for me, really important, it's like selection of sounds. It's very important to me that the sounds fit together, because we all know that sometimes, no matter how original the sounds are, they just don't fit. For that, my advice is to listen to yourself as a whole. Recording and listening to yourself is the best option, but I guess most of you know it. So another is proper harmony. Like someone who graduate music school and then a music academy, my ears are quite sensitive. My advice is, if you have genius harmony but it doesn't work every time, either keep rehearsing around the clock or do a variation that won't cost you points by performing it live. Of course, when you shoot the wildcard, I guess you will pick the perfect take. Also, my personal preference is to not play the same sounds, like 2 kicks or 2 identical snares at the same time. Just my personal preference. And of course, I will be very happy if I hear polyrhythm because I love it.
Very well said. That's a good tips. Everybody out there on the tag teams, make sure you listen to her, get that advice. Going to LM. LM, you guys won with Alexinho, Uniteam taking home a W.
Yeah.
And obviously you can see it behind you too. You can see it behind you on your shelf there. You know,
Yeah.
not just beside the world champ, we got that GBB championship as well. Terminator happening as well. But could you go and tell me more? Tell us more as an experienced champion in the tag team division. What do you look for in these wildcard competitions?
Just first I want to say thank you to Swissbeatbox too. Really, thank you very much. I never been to Japan, so I'm really exciting. I will use my experience, to judge the tag team. I work a long time ago with BMG for the World Championship for 20 mate. And after I work with Alexinho for the GBB. So I think I have a good experience to to judge the tag team. So I just want to say, I will use my experienced tag team. Important for me to have a good quality audio and video, really important. Plus with a tag team, because we have two guys, the audio quality is really important to really enter in the sound and so that's an important point. And just try to do something different, something we never heard. Something different. I'm really excited. Can't wait to watch that. Jeez.
LM, multiple time champion. Make sure you listen to LM. We're going to move on to the crew. Crew last time was won by MOM, Melthematic, representing for Austria. And we have an Austrian judge right here in Nexor. Nexor, what are you going to look for in a crew when they're trying to qualify for this Grand Beatbox battle?
Also, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It's really nice to be judging again at GBB. And I'm super excited. What I will be looking for is, of course, as Adriana has said before, and Alem, how hard you work for your arrangement. So the thing is, there are people who, take it a little bit more easy and just, try a few things out and put it on video, or really rehearse it as crazy as possible. And could you, I don't understand the question, sorry. Is it for me?
It's for Scott, after you finished
talking.
Oh,
okay, sorry.
Didn't mean to disturb you. Didn't mean to
Okay. So there are, if I think about MWM, these guys performed their stuff like many more times as street performers. So therefore they knew exactly what is working for the crowd and what isn't. So if you have new stuff, try it in front of many people, see what kind of reaction you get out of it. Because if you work hard on your routine, sometimes it can happen you kind of lose the focus and the overview of what kind of reaction you will be pulling from the audience. And of course, if you decide to do harmonics, try to stay on pitch. Being out of pitch is really not nice to listen to over big time. When you decide to do some layering, have a look at the equalizer. What kind of spectrum of sound are you creating together? I think that is very important. It's a very powerful instrument. And also try to create an atmosphere or a context of your routine, which means go with dynamics. Don't go full power all the times. Listen to music. How are good producers doing the music? And if it's about mixing, if you don't have a professional, try to get some help, because mixing a crew is a bit difficult. And if you have someone to help you with that and give you some advice, I think that will help you a lot.
A good amount of information there, my friend. And I know as well, you've worked with a band, the Uptown Monotones, so you have understanding of how to go and work with other people. Can you give any advice and insight to working with not just one person, not just working solo, but how can you go and work together as a crew?
Yes, as I said, it's of course a crew always have a different dynamic. And what I learned a lot from was also doing like Austria Got Talent and stuff like that, where finding out things you do in person and things you do in front of the camera or on a bigger stage have a different kind of effect. So play with that around. And I think Naper once said it as well. A good break or play with the silence. If there is a small pause in the song or in the arrangement, it's so powerful. And of course, listen to all the other champions that have been on stage already. There are many people working behind that. And yeah, mixing is many
times a very, very important thing when you work as a crew, and having a producer work with you like a manager of a sports team who has an overview of what is happening. This can help you very, very much.
Solid information once again. Thank you, Nexor. Going to Hobbit, Jack, man, world champ. You've been doing tours. You've been doing so many shows. I can see all the work you guys put in with the Beatbox Collective. Can you give advice to upcoming collectives of beatboxers who want to go and try to get into this competition, my friend?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, bro. Yeah, same as everyone else. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be heading to Japan, meet up with all the Japanese beatbox scene. I'm very excited to see and meet everyone. But yeah, as for advice with working with a crew or a collective, as we like to be called, I think one of my main bits of advice is think about the synergy. So think about how you work together. Think about similar to what Pachikata said about, don't want to hear two kick drums and two of the same snares at the same time. When you've got a group of 3, 4, 5 people, think about what each person doing. For example, within the Beatbox Collective, sometimes there's some tracks where I'm only doing a hi-hat or only doing some percussion sweeps, because that adds so much. And that also brings me on to thinking about not to overcomplicate what you're doing, especially for like wildcards and on stage. Sometimes the most powerful thing can be the simplest when it's done really well. You don't want to kind of overcomplicate thing and think, okay, right, you do a melody here, I'll do one here, we'll hit this, and then you do the kick, snare, and then and then it can just get really confusing. But if you think about the composition, think about how each person works together, and think about the strengths and the weaknesses of each person. So it's like, you've got really good bass for this track. I think a throat bass will work really well here. And then on the drop, the sub bass can hit, and then someone else can add a melody. So yeah, I think a big thing that I look for is how everyone works well together. Of course, everything else that Nexor said as well, all of those points are very valid. But definitely think about how you can work together, how you can be strong and be most powerful. You look at MOM, who won GBB last time, and they were only a crew of 3 people. And the power and the energy and the sounds that they created from that was amazing. And sometimes, you might not need a lot of people to create that energy and create that sound. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what people bring. And yeah, think about the musicality. Think if maybe your crew's not the most strong in singing and vocals, think about what else you can bring, or and the dynamics and what you can bring into that. So yeah, I'm very excited to see who's gonna come to the table this year.
Absolutely, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Japan, my friend. Once again, Hobbs. And before I go on I just want to go and mention for our solo category, we have Alexinho Skiller, Dilo Wawad, and Gene Shinozaki as our judges for the wildcard competition and the live event, as well as Paponi has said. For the tag team, it's Penchinkata, Supernova, Alem, Pash, and Jayton. So we got Mad Twins in there as well. For crew, it's Hobbit, Nexor, Wawad, Amit. Shoutouts to Beatbox House. And also we have Sho representing for Japan. So as our judges, just so you guys know, this next one is one I'm very excited to see because the youth of the game are just crushing it right now. For example, I got to meet this guy, Jolix. Is ridiculous. I saw him at the American Champs. He was in the Founders Battle, and literally it's mind-blowing to see the sounds that are coming out of this kid's mouth. And I'm going to go and say young man's mouth. He just incredible. So I can't wait to go and see who's going to be in this under 18 battle. And the judges for that are Skiller, Tom Thumb, ZD, Penchinkata, and Dilo. We haven't heard from ZD as of yet, so I'm going to go to ZD and ask you real quick, man. Again, you've won world championships. You've been all over. You've seen the youth. I know that in Switzerland, there's many kids that were coming out to the battles. I could see last time I was there when Funkistek was organizing it. I saw that you guys had a lot of youth coming out to the battles. So is there anything you can go and give advice-wise to these young beatboxers that are up and coming, looking to get into this competition?
Just prepare, just train, just get inspired. By other beatboxers, and do your thing, create some magic, and yeah.
Shoot, direct and right to the point. is there any other, can you go and say things that you look for specifically as a wildcard judge when it comes to judging videos that come in, not just live on stage?
It will be not much different than the solo category, I guess. It's just like the other judges just explained it very well. It's like the quality of the sounds, the arrangement, the story they tell, the sound selections, and yeah, pretty much that.
Shoot, right, direct. I like it though, man. It's good.
And of course, like the wow effect, you know, that magic that comes up sometimes. So yeah, looking forward for that as well.
You mentioned magic, and I'm just gonna go in further that with one more question of, do you think that the wow factor is gonna be like even higher when it comes to kids under 18 that are trying out for this, that are gonna have their those videos that pop off? It could be like a big man, or could it be like insert the name of crazy wildcard here that really got attention, but someone who's 13, let's say, that has a wildcard that just hits, you know?
Yeah, I think that can be definitely a factor, because I always think about how I was when I was 13 or 14 and was not even close to create the sounds like that. So it's always like, how is he doing that in this kind of you know, with this age? So yeah, I'm excited to experience that. Definitely looking forward.
Thank you very much, ZD. I'm going to go and get Pension Kata back on this, because I know that you teach kids a lot, and I've seen some of your students, especially the videos that you put out there, and your students are crushing it. They understand, they really follow your leadership, and the way that you can go and teach it to the next generation is amazing. So can you give any advice to young up and coming beatboxers that are looking to get into this competition?
Yeah, maybe I will say something. It's my, how to say in English? It's my politics. But now many of my students will make wildcard, but I will not help them. Yes. Because Andreas invite me and they ask me, hey, Adi, because they say me like Adi, let's make a really good wildcard, blah, 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 blah. And I tell them, sorry, guys, but I will judge you. So I give you your education till now. So now it's your turn to compose your wildcard. Then I will judge your wildcards. And they was like, wow, why? And I was like, sorry. But I think this will help them a lot. I'm pretty sure.
That's good. And could you tell me, is there do you have a good feeling for some of your students? Do you think some of them are going to be visiting Japan?
Sorry.
Do you believe that one of your students could possibly be in the competition?
To be honest, I have one which is pretty good, but we will see. I don't know. I hope.
Well, here's pulling for your students, and make sure that you guys know, unbiased competition. We're going to go and have them do it for themselves. So thank you, Pension Kata, once again. We're going to the producer battle now. Producer battle will be judged. It's a brand new category. We have Tioneb, Inky, Tom Thumb, ZD, and Beardy Man. I'm going to offer up to Tioneb first. Tioneb, man, tell me more about the producer battle and what you're looking for as well. It's an exciting whole new chapter in GBB. So can you kind of explain to the people what they can be looking forward to and what you are looking for as a judge?
So hello, everybody. I'm very glad to be here too, and to be part of this. Yes, this new category is very exciting, because I think it's the extension, the logical suite of what used to happen before at GBB with the extra device stuff. And I think the choice this year is very good to divide loop station into two worlds, because there are two worlds. There are the purists of the loop station on one side, and the tech guys who like to use a lot of different stuff, different tools, different effects, and different ways to loop and to mix this very organic thing that is the voice, and to mix it into a new breed of music. So for this producer category, there is no limit in the number of devices you can use. There are rules, but it's very interesting because it's going to be the more artistic, I think, of the two, and the less athletic, if I can say this. It's going to be very interesting to see how all these things merge, and I'm very glad and excited to be part of this. Yes.
Thank you so much, man. Theo Neb. I'm excited to go and see it as well, man. I know that you also have Florida Beatbox Festival, seeing Wildcards coming out for that as well. So go and check it out. Support Theo Neb.
Thanks.
Heading on over, Beardy Man. I can say that watching your show has definitely inspired a generation. I remember watching very first people like I see Scratch, original Scratch with just little RC5 or whatever it was called, just the two pads, and then you see your spaceship that you've basically built around yourself, continuously expanding, continuously staying up to date. And I know that you were there for the World Champs. I loved watching your set, for GBB World League 2023. I loved watching your set. I know we all did, and it's a pleasure to have you here with us. So can give a little bit of a taste for what you are looking for, specifically advice for this new category, and just general thoughts on being part of GBB 2023 World League?
Yeah, well, I'm hugely honored to be part of this. It's the most incredible community of people who all seem to care about making music with your voice being the sole instrument. The voice is the most malleable, adaptable, expressive instrument that there is. You can sort of mold it in like 7 dimensions at once, and we don't even realize we're doing it. So for me, it's I'm expecting to be blown away with like the majority of these. I'm just prepared to like just be floored by them all, because the pace of progress of what's happening with looping is such that it isn't really looping anymore. It's now live production, and there being a producer category, there being no limitations on the equipment you're allowed to use, means that there's just no limits to what people can do. Like, you can, if you want, you can sing a single note, and then that can make a Skrillex track if you want to do that. But you might get marked down because maybe that's cheating. I mean, it's, but I think the way that this is working with myself and the other judges in this category is that we'll be observing the fine balance that people strike between work they've done ahead of time to build systems that allow them to make music just with their voice, and the work that they're doing in real time to be expressive and perform. If you're using vocoders to make your voice utterly perfect and completely robotic, that might sound great, but maybe you'll get marked down for not using your voice as much as perhaps others do. There's a real fine balance. So I don't know what to expect. I'm expecting a lot of creativity. This is the first year that there's been this limitation-free category. It's the start of something truly exciting. I don't know where it's going to lead. I'm just delighted to be part of it, and I can't wait to watch all these. It's going to be phenomenal. Yeah.
And I know that you've put out tons of music. People can go and check you out on Spotify, all the big names. Let's go and just make sure that you guys, everybody that I'm mentioning here, go and check out their music, support them. But I know that you've been putting out tons of music, and you understand, you really do understand production value. Can you give any tips, maybe to just people in general, or just thoughts on how important it is to have a well-produced track at the end of the day?
Yeah, if we're allowed to use any equipment, then I would expect all these entries to be mixed in the box, sounding as good as a finished track. I'm expecting people to do the impossible, essentially, like to be able to make something with your mouth, which that's monophonic, to have something which evolves from that starting wave into an entire track, to have it perfectly balanced. Yeah, that's the challenge. And to have it evolve in such a way that we're not, like, for me personally, it bugs me when I hear a track evolving very slowly and I can hear elements going in and they're not part of the music itself. You're just, there's a kick going in, a snare's going in. Like, if the interest of the listener is maintained, then you can get away with that kind of stuff. But I think what I'm expecting to see is something which seems supernatural. And as the judges, we will be picking over people's setups to make sure that they're not actually cheating by putting in something which was recorded beforehand. I mean, it's really hard to say what this category is going to bring, but I suppose at the end of the day, it has to be your voice, and we're expecting it to sound as good as a track that took months of mixing to make. So it's a tall order. We'll see what happens.
No pressure, everybody. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
Beardy Man, once again, thank you, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you as well in Japan, and seeing all these crazy wildcards that are coming in this new edition with the producer battle happening. That brings us to our last category with the Loop Station. We have our Loop Station judges. We have Sorrow, we have Beardy Man, we have Rhythmine, Christoph, and as well as Tom Thumb, who is down under somewhere. But can I actually keep you on the line right there, Beardy Man? Can I go and ask you, comparatively to the producer battle, because you were right there for the last edition of GBB, and you got to see why that split happened. What are you looking for when it comes to people, like people that are sticking to the one device and maybe have a MIDI controller or one MIDI piece to it, but what can you say will be differential in your mind in between the two categories, because you're judging both?
So if you're using an RC505, you have the sort of basic effects that has, but wonderful spellbinding things can be done with that. If you are in the producer category, I mean, you could use whatever plugins you can manage to squeeze into it. You can be using whatever devices. See, I mean, there is such an enormous amount of possibility. So, I mean, maybe Papuni would be best placed to describe the reasons why the decision was taken to have it be sort of purist 505 versus non-purist 505 categories, because a lot of head wringing and discussion was had to try and figure out what the best way to manage this was. It's all very historical. This community has grown up around the RC505.
50 hours of calls we had.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm interrupting. It was 20 hours official, and we recorded 20 hours officially, but the other 30 hours where we had more individual conversations, that was like the naughty stuff. And I can just say it in one simple sentence. It comes from a lot of French artists that said, like, you can't just go, Saro is the best example. He said it, like, you can't just have a looper with a device and then someone just a looper. It's just like, imagine you go in a fight, somebody with a knife and somebody with a gun. That just doesn't work. It's fair play. So obviously the interest was here to follow up with that. But then there was all these people that are using all these devices and all these other guns, I should say, or weapons. And we need to do something with that as well. So we had all these talks really with the community, and it was like a hot mess till the very last second. And we said, like, we need to come up with a solution now. And we just said, like, let's just open it and make it free for everyone. Right. I think that sums it up well, I would say, Beardy Man. And yeah, I know you're doing this for like 20 years. So I don't know how long you make it. I don't know what resonates in your mind about this topic, but I think you enjoyed it to be part of it, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's weird for me, having been like trying to use my voice as the only instrument and have it come out like a finished track for like 20 years. And finally, we're at the point where that's now a thing that is part of this gigantic competition. It's a global movement. And now this year, people are being actively encouraged to use whatever technology they have. So I guess I've kind of watched as this community has evolved. It's amazing to see. It's just amazing to see. I don't know what to expect. I don't think anyone knows what to expect. I don't think anyone's prepared for what's going to happen this year in this category.
Yeah, exactly. But that really makes it so exciting. Maybe Christoph, why don't you just quickly say a few words on this too, because you've been part from these calls like just from the beginning on, and maybe you can say something a little bit from your perspective or your motivation about it. I'd love to hear that. But I'm happy that Beardy Man supported us on that and shared all his wisdom and knowledge with us, because he's really the god of looping. And I think we're on the right path. So let's see what's gonna happen, and then we will take in all the feedback and try to do things better again for the next edition, of course.
Absolutely, man. Beardy Man knows what's up.
Christoph.
Christoph, I was gonna ask a couple questions too, but you being right on that line as well and getting into, kickback battle, seeing how that all went, but and seeing your music that you produce for not only with your band but everything else that you've done. Can you go give your take on what it's going to take to go and stand out as a loop station artist? Why was there a need to go and separate the categories? Delve into it, man. Floor is yours.
Hello. So first of all, thank you so much for having me. This is like a dream coming true in many senses, so I'm really happy to be here. And yeah, the talks were crazy about the two categories. I think it's needed to be done, definitely. One reason, and the most important reason for me, is being that what already been said, that this, in a sense, people felt like this is not fair, although there were still one device winners. But I really get the point, and I see that in the future this would have been a big, even bigger dilemma. For one device looping, I don't know, I think most people don't know, but I did that also. I'm just not that comfortable with it, since there are some limitations, obviously, that I'm not happy with, because I'm also producing music, I'm making music with instruments also, not just my voice, and I liked it to make it sound a certain way, a very certain way. But I really do think that limitations are really awesome in many ways, because it forces you to think differently and come up with new ways. Giving you the example of using a panning delay or a delay as an instrument of sound, like not just a delay, but like feedbacking it and creating a note. That's coming out of the necessity of, I want to make something music with these limited opportunities, and it gives you a totally different route. And I'm really excited to see that one device loopers are exploring new possibilities, especially with the MK2. You have plenty of new possibilities, and for me, in the one device category, from now on, is bad mix is not a thing, because I saw so many people, even with RC505 Mark 1, to make and create awesome, super cool mixes. So I say that mixing is really important, because if you speak like this and nobody understands you, well, I'm gonna judge what I'm hearing. So it's really important to put it out as clean as possible, as you intended. I'm not gonna be looking for, yeah, the idea was so good, so let's give some extra points. No, what I'm hearing, that's there. So that's why his mixing is super important, and that's multiplies for the producer category, in my opinion, because as others said it, you have any kind of options that you can dream of, basically. So yeah, but at the end of the day, let's make music. That's the point. And it's been proven that loop station is a kind of, like, it's a little bit, for me, music with an accent. It's like British accent, American accent. You can prefer one another, but it's still language. It's still the same thing. So I really want to see tracks created, songs created, and not just loop station routines, because people usually say that I have this routine. I want songs. I want the build up to be part of the whole song, you know, because that's the language we speak. Somehow you have to build your track up, but keep it entertaining, keep it good, keep it awesome, eventful, and make whatever genre you want. I don't care if it's a chill track. You can still get in if that's your style, if that's you. No problem. I'm not just all for heavy drops. I like heavy drops, but you know, at the end of the day, music is music. Music is magic, and that's what I'm looking for.
Well said. And I wanted to go and ask you actually specifically, because you've won the kickback, you've been part of those battles. Can you say, like, the pageantry, whatever you want to go and call it, behind wildcards and the possibilities of doing things with a camera, possibilities of doing things, you know, adding to it, theatrics maybe. Again, can you give a little bit of insight to stuff that you can go and say for people doing wildcards and all these different variations of wildcards, whether you're crew, solo, tag, loop, producer? Any advice you can give for the theatrics, pageantry, whatever you want to go and say, of one's wildcard?
Yeah, maybe I'm not the best person to ask this about. Maybe it should be Robin, because he was the true innovator on that category. But definitely, if you don't make a video clip with dancers and everything, that's okay. But at least, whoa, yeah.
Yeah, who would have thought of?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Anyways, you don't have to make a full video clip, but at least organize your room or something, because I see so many wildcards with like messy rooms in the background, and like, yeah, this is not part of it. But these videos, if they are really good, they are more likely to go viral, and then appearance is a thing, you know. So if you can get some cheap LED lights, those can look quite good already, but at least make some order in your room, and try to match the vibe that you're creating with your music in the picture, the motion picture. And please make it clean so we can see what you're doing. That's also important. I think actually part of the rules, but you know, other than that, let's ask Robin.
Okay, well, see, Robin wanted to be here, but he didn't know what time it was, you know?
Oh.
Cold-blooded. But we're moving on. That was our good friend Christoph. We got Sorrow. Where you at, Sorrow? I'm looking for you. Right there. All right, Sorrow.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Very well. It's nice to see your face again, your lovely face.
Thanks.
Could you go and tell the world, man, give us some information about what you are looking for, your thoughts on the split, and in general, notes that you want to give to loopers that are trying to get into this battle?
Yeah, first, I'm really happy to be here and to be judged. And for the split, I'm really happy too, because I told to Peponi many times to split on 2 categories. So I'm so happy. And yeah, of course, I will focus on the arrangement, structure, and stuff like that, like usually. But this year, I really need new people with new style. And I need to be surprised. I need people do the things we love. They love. Sorry, they love, and yeah, I need to be surprised. I need wow.
I think they're going to be more than just wow, man. I'm excited to go and see all these categories. And loop station wise, it's always a huge hit on stage as well. So anything else? Again, you've world champion, GBB champion. You must have some advice you can go to give to specifically to the loopers that are trying out this year.
Yeah, what I can say, just do what you love. Don't do things because people like things. I mean, maybe don't sing if you don't like singing, because people like that. Or don't do big drop if you don't like doing big drop. And just I want to see your songs, and yeah, if you like what you do, we will like it.
Well said. And again, don't be anything but yourself in these competitions. Has been a resounding from all the judges fact that they want to go and push out there, because when you try to do something else that's not you, it doesn't come off as genuine, and these judges will definitely see through that and make sure that you know. So well put, Sorrow. We're going to Rhythmine, representing for Berry Wham. Man, tell me something about this loop station category, things that you are looking for. And I've seen, again, you've been putting out incredible work with Berry Wham, but also solo as well. You've been putting out incredible work, so you have very good understanding of loop station as well as just beatbox in general. So what advice can you give to loopers that are trying to get into this competition?
Yeah, like said, just Saro, the most important, I think, is to be surprised, because for the wildcard, it will be like maybe 100 or 200 videos. So it's important to have something different, because if there is 100 videos with the same feelings, with the same style, when we're gonna see something different, for sure the people gonna have more points, because the originality will be maybe for the wildcard the most important, because so many videos, and be original and creative will be, for me, the main things. And the surprise for me, especially, and for Sao also, like he said, the surprise is really important for me.
I agree, man. It's been to watch people that put those wild cards out again that just stand out, and they follow through. And people, as you said, Christoph said it can go viral off of having yourself a wild card. And I think that especially in Loop Station and in the producer, we're going to see stuff that we've never seen before. You're going to see that envelope being pushed to a next level. So bring your best. People out there in this wild cards that want to go and win the wild card competitions, you got to make sure that you bring your absolute best, do something original, be yourself. That's something that all these judges have said. And when it comes to the producers and the Loop Station specifically, make sure you get that stuff produced correctly. Make sure that you come correct and make sure it sounds good. Be yourself. And I'm excited to go and see it. We have, again, solo, 11 wild cards to win. Loop Station has 7 wild cards. Producer Showcase has 5 wild cards. Tag Team has 6. The crew has 5. The under 18 has 8. And B23 World League is going to be an amazing time in Japan. I want to go and thank all our judges right here for being a part of this conversation. Our judges going to be bring it to the next level. We're also looking forward to everybody here having showcases. And nothing but love for everybody in this call. I want to make sure that we keep this concise, because I know people have lives to live and things to go and do, but I'm going to go and give 1 round for every single person on this call to go and give laughs, thoughts before we jump out of it, and we'll go backwards, forwards, whichever way I want to go and see it. But in this call, I can see we lost a few people. I'm not sure what's happening, but I'll start off with Rhythmine. We just talked to you, but in general, what are your thoughts on GBB 2023? Anything you want to say to everybody out there when you're not on mute?
I was not focused on the... Can you repeat, please?
I just want to say thank you very much for joining us as a judge this year. And is there any last thoughts you want to say to people that are watching?
Yeah, but I'm so happy to be here and to go to Japan too. And just for the participants, just like we said, all the stream, be yourself and just have fun when you make your videos. And if you like what you do, we're gonna like too, and it's the best way to go to the live shows.
Speaking of live shows, once again, you got to go and check out Berry Wham. I know that you guys did something for America's Got Talent, so I'm looking forward to seeing the new stuff that comes from you guys. So big ups Rhythmine, big ups Berry Wham. Sorrow, we're going to talk to you next. Once again, any last thoughts and stuff you want to say to people as they jump on into the GBB 2023 World League Edition world, and things you want to go and leave to our lovely public that are watching right now?
Yeah, it's the same as Rhythmine. Just take fun the most important is taking fun. And if you're taking fun, we will taking fun with you. So we will go to the live show.
Okay, let's go. Live show. Once again, Saro, thank you so much. Keep crushing it out there. People, go on his website, grab his gear. You can go and get yourself a Saro hoodie, Zigzag, the vinyl, all that good stuff. And much love to Saro, pushing the world of looping. Yes, man. Nice to see you. Next up on the list that I can see, we're going to go to my good friend Gene Shinozaki, live from LA. He woke up extra early, and you don't wake up and roll out of bed just looking like that. You got to go and say you put some effort into it. So everything's matching, getting ready to go. My good friend, is there anything you want to say to lovely people out there in the world that are watching us, and thoughts on GBB 2023?
Man, good luck, everyone. Yeah, Japan's gonna be a lot of fun. And to all my Japanese people out there, akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Good luck. And yeah, I'm interested to see how the Japanese public sees GBB culture and beatbox culture, because we're pretty rowdy. And
there's a lot of tickets to, by the way, all around the world. Just that you know, it's going to be
incredible. It's going to be it's going to be multicultural.
36 countries. Yeah.
Amazing. Well,
sorry for interrupting.
This is going to be it's going to be crazy, and really excited.
Oh man, it's nice to see your face. Lovely face. Once again, Gene Shinozaki said he wants to go and see everybody there, and I'm excited too. I think everybody on this call is excited to go to Japan and not only share our culture of beatboxing and GBB with them, but accept and see some of your culture and their culture that they have to offer. Make sure you go and check out Root Beer Float, Gene Shinozaki. Next up in this conversation, I'm going to go to my friend. Let's go with LM. Right there, my good friend LM. Is there last thoughts you want to give to the public on Wildcard? Anything you want to say for motivation?
Good luck. Just good luck, guys. Good luck. Give your best train, and see you in Japan, guys.
I love it, man. Nice to see you as well. And go and check out his new videos. Always posting stuff on YouTube. Support LM right there. Get one up. All right. Alexinho, my dog.
My dog.
Yeah. Good luck to everybody. I'm super excited to see the new stuff, the new videos, the new wildcards, and I'm really excited to see my friends and some new heads in Japan. Super excited to see everybody, and let's not forget that Beatbox is sharing, respect, and having fun, and if we combine all of this, it will be perfect. And Beatbox is beautiful, and I'm super happy and super excited. Thank you again, Swissbeatbox, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, bye.
A beautiful and perfect man himself, Alexinho. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Oh. All right. Rounding off the French part of this group, Tionem, man. Can you go and give some information, last things you want to go and say to our lovely public that are watching with us right here live and direct for GBB 2023?
Yes, maybe just say that I'm looking to have my mind blown by this wildcard, and this is an advice for everybody who wants to be in this competition. It's to do your best stuff, because to me the two most important things are the wildcards and eventually the final. So do your wild card as if it was the final. And another maybe advice for the loopers who may have just one extra device. If you used to work with this, don't buy a new one because you have the right to have 3, 4, 5, or don't downgrade to the loop station one loop station thing. Just do your thing and transcend it to the max. Don't add extra pressure to redo what you do what you do best. I think it's important to say I'm very excited to be part of this. Never been to Japan, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. It's gonna be great. Thanks.
Theo Neb. Yeah, man. I think a lot of us are excited to go to Japan. I've only been to the airport. Still great sushi. But anyways, we're gonna go on next. We'll go to Penchinkata. I know again you're judging and you have a lot of weight on your shoulders when it comes to judging because you're doing more than one category. But could you go and tell us more about again
Yeah.
when it comes to wildcard competition, GBB in general? What are you looking forward to?
I want to wish something unspecific to everybody. So I wish every guy or girl to make his wild card from the first time. So this means they practice enough. The first shot, the perfect shot.
Wow. I don't know if you can give extra points if people would be truthful to say it, but let's see. Can you do your wild card in one take because you're so practiced out? That's a good challenge. Let's go. Penchinkata once again. Looking forward to seeing you in Japan. Speaking of Bulgaria, Skiller. Last thoughts that you want to go and say to people?
GBB gonna be crazy. I'm really looking forward. So big up to the whole SBX team. I know it's very hard work, but big up, guys. It's gonna be crazy. And one last advice: just enjoy, guys, because if you don't enjoy, it's impossible to make other people enjoy. So have fun and see you in Tokyo.
Skiller. ZD, we go to you. Before we jump off this, anything you want to say to lovely people out there watching? Any last thoughts on Wildcards GBB 2023 World Edition? What are you thinking?
As Tionep said, just make sure that the wildcard is banging. It really has to be the best out of you. And I'm excited to hear what people deliver. I want to hear that magic. I want to be blown away. And also excited for the under 18 for sure. And yeah, excited for Tokyo. It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait.
All right, ZD. We're looking forward to seeing you too, my friend. Keep crushing it out there. Going over to Christoph. Last thoughts. Anything you want to say before we jump off this call, my friend?
Well, I think I pretty much said everything. I think, or maybe just one more. Don't forget that the opportunity to make a wildcard to GBB is a great opportunity to show what you're doing anyway. So either you're getting or not, and that's why it's extra super hyper duper important to do you, as others said it. But this is a different perspective because people can see what you're doing, and again, music is not about drops necessarily. It's not about harmony necessarily. It's maybe something that nobody has thought of. But the only way to find that is to find yourself, and it's going to come out. So, yeah, let's go. GBB 2023 is going to be amazing.
Let's go. Hobbs, what's going on? Looking nice. Getting excited. I can see it in your face. You're so excited.
So excited. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first international battle that's been in Japan, and especially in recent years, on a large scale. So I think that makes it really special for the community in general, to be able to go and be with the Japanese beatbox community and the Asian beatbox community. And I think it's going to be super awesome. And to go off what Christoph just said regarding the video and having the content about that, I think you've got, whether you get in the competition or not, you're going to put out a video that's new content for you, that's new stuff in your repertoire, stuff you can perform live, stuff you can use in this competition if you get in, or other competitions if you don't get in. And I've always had that when I've entered battles and I've made a wild card and prepared 3 or 4 rounds. Even if I haven't got in, that's like an extra 10-15 minutes of content added to my repertoire that I'm proud of and I can use. So don't be disheartened if you don't get in. Be super proud if you do get in, but of course try your best. Good luck, everyone. Have fun and smash it.
Well said, Hobbs. 100% right, too. I've seen many people that have brought their rounds after the fact, after competitions, release EPs, made different things. I know he's not on the call anymore. He dropped out, but I know that Inky put out the remade EP that he put out there, and it's all different people's rounds and songs that he personally just remixed into stuff. I know Hiss remixes a lot of different rounds, so it's incredible to go and see what you can do with yourself if you put your effort into it and what's going to come out of this. Second last but not least, but my main man, Beardy Man, last thoughts that you want to say to the lovely public out here? Anything you want to go for lasting impressions before we jump out of this call?
Just that this community is amazing. It is an amazing place full of amazing people. It's a global thing. I've never seen anything like it. And this Japan thing is going to show the world just what's happening in this community. It's like this year is going to be an insane year that is going to put beatboxing and looping and live production and all of that. I think it's going to just nudge it into the mainstream consciousness as being one of the biggest things in the world. I think this year, regular people are going to start to regard it with as much reverence and excitement as we do. It's so exciting. It's so huge. I can't wait to be blown away by all these entrants. It's going to be fantastic.
Let's go. That's the energy we want to see, everybody. Beardy Man saying it best. We're going last but not least. I said that already, but we got to go over to my main man, Nexer. Nexer, again, you compete, you've organized competitions, you do shows professionally. This is what you do. Anything you want to go and say before we jump off this call about GBB 2023 and the wildcards?
I think this is one thing all the judges definitely have experienced many times already. Guys, start with your wildcards as early as possible. Don't do last minute stuff. You guys doing so amazing things. So start as early as possible. Give you time to also, to let the video rest and watch it a day after again to analyze it. So the earlier you start, this will be a huge benefit for your wildcards and you will be much more chilled about things. And yeah, I'm very, very excited to see all the amazing things that are going to come. And yeah, see you in Japan. It will be amazing. Let's go.
Let's go. Excited to see you too, Nexer. Always doing good work. And he's right, 100%. I've organized battles as well. I love getting those messages. And by that, I mean, I dislike it, obviously. But those messages of like, oh, I'm sorry. XYZ terrible thing, dog ate my homework. There's a reason why I couldn't get my wild card in when I knew about it for months. I don't know why it didn't happen. But right now, as an example, for the solo battle as well, just for your information, we're going to be doing 2 rounds. So you're going to be battling to get on that stage if you want to be in the solo. Applications are open to February 4th for the first round at 11:59 p.m. CET, and we're going to be having more live streams announcing the winners for all these different things. Tag Team Showcase is open until February 11th at 11:59 p.m. CET. Loop Station is open till February 4th, 11:59 p.m. CET, and that's another 2-rounder that we're going to be having. Producer Showcase is going to be open to 11th of February, 11:59 p.m. CET. Crew Showcase is open to February 18th, 11:59 p.m. CET. The Under 18, February 4th at 11:59 p.m. CET. So make sure that you guys go on the website. There's a full description of how to go and get through all the stuff you need to do to submit your wild card and get ready for it. Bring your best, very best beats, because if you want to get on the stage, I forget who said it right here. I think I'm going to go and say it was Tioneb, but he just got it on the head at 100%. I've seen so many people that have such good potential, but they think they're going to save their stuff and wait until they get on the stage. But if you don't get on that stage, you're not going to have the opportunity to go and show it. So bring your very best beats for these wild cards, and I will see you in Japan very soon. But last but not least, my friend Poponi, what's up, buddy?
please, to everybody that will do a wildcard, don't cheat. Don't do any cheating. If we find out or the judges find out, you're disqualified, and probably forever or for a long time, because that's not cool. And therefore, please make sure, read the rules or reach out to us if there's something you're not sure about. Judges will inform us. We will inform the judges. Try, I mean, Sinjo said once, if you're a cheater, then cheat so good that nobody will find out. But meanwhile, we're having a good system, so I recommend you don't do it. And also, please follow all the judges. The judges do a lot of hard work. Judging wildcards is very hard work. So everybody follow the judges, send them some donations for further support, because they're doing something here out of their heart, and that is really good for the movement of this art form. So follow them, support them, watch their content so you understand also why they're judging. And yeah, I want to greet all the Beatbox fans out there, everybody that is a ticket holder. I want to greet all the Beatbox organizers out there. Thank you everyone that was supportive over the last 12 months, I would say, that we came to this point to launch this wildcard competition towards going to Japan. And yeah, that's it for me. Thank you very much. And I wish everybody a happy new year and good luck for the wildcards.
Yeah. New year, new wildcards, GBB 2023. Once again, all wildcard competitions are open when it comes to it. All categories are open. So go online. They have full details to check it out. And thank you to everybody in this call.
Beardy Man scares me.
Oh my. Hey now. And this is what you could expect. Come join our family. Be a part of it right there, live and direct in Japan this year in October. LM, can you do me a favor? Do you mind pressing play on a song so we can go and have a little bit of an outro music? I have faith. Yo!
Say it! Everybody, yo! See you in Japan!
Thank you so much, brother. We got that hype to going out. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, all those good things too. Swissbeatbox, everybody in this call, thank you so much. Much love, one love, and call your friends and family. Happy New Year to everybody. Spread love. See you later.